A very pleasant morning to everyone who is listening here. I'm Kamli Lekha from the Department of Physics and Electronics. Today we have gathered here for the inauguration of eHub. Now I invite respected Principal Sister Dr. Sister Marita Demello, Vice Principal and PG Director Dr. Sister Shavrilu, and Head of the Department of Physics and Electronics Dr. A. Nirmala Josna Ma'am, and our senior faculty member Dr. K. Srilata Ma'am, and other faculty members, and all my dear students. My pleasure to welcome you all of you to this inauguration of eHub. The main aim and objectives of eHub is to develop interpersonal relationship among the students and take a part of in different activities to taken up in the club. To promote the students to acquire the knowledge and to be aware of the current topics. Electronics devices have become an important part of our day-to-day life. They have become different for us to do work without using electronics device. We live in a generation that uses electronics and technologies where robots and artificial intelligence is capable of doing human work with the more ease and efficiency. It is our mark of our undying tradition to invoke the Almighty at the beginning of the event. Like the great philosopher once said, the function of the prayer is not the influence the God, but rather than change the nature of the one who prays. I would like to hand over the mic to the Bhagyalakshmi.
I am Bhagyalakshmi from First BSc ME Computers, the president of HeHub, and my friend Nirmala, the secretary of HeHub. Let us start our session with Holy Bible reading. And now I invite J. Venistefi and CH Himasri to lead us into prayer.
ఆలోచించావా ఓ నేస్తం ఆలోచించావా ఏ సమయంలో ఏమవుతుందో అని ఆలోచించావా ఆలోచించావా ఓ నేస్తం ఆలోచించావా ఏ సమయంలో ప్రభు పిలుపుందో అని ఎవరికి తెలియదుగా ఈ సమయమందే అంతా కనుమరుగైపోతే ఏ చోటకి నీవు వెళ్తావో అని ఆలోచించావా ఈ సమయమందే అంతా విడచి వెళ్ళవస్తే ఏ చోటకి నీవు వెళ్తావో అని ఆలోచించావా ఆలోచించావా ఓ నేస్తం ఆలోచించావా ఏ సమయంలో ఏమవుతుందో అని ఆలోచించావా ఆలోచించావా ఓ నేస్తం ఆలోచించావా ఏ సమయంలో ప్రభు పిలుపుందో అని ఎవరికి తెలియదుగా
Bible reading. A reading is taken from the book of Bible reading. A reading is taken from the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 14. Heal me, O Lord, and I shall be healed. Save me, and I shall be saved, for thou art my prize. Amen.
Thank you, Ms. J. Venistefi and CH Himasri for doing a meaningful prayer. Our college management has conducted many awareness programs on webinars on this COVID-19 and guided us thoroughly to face this pandemic situation.
We are really blessed to have such an amazing and guiding faculty. The theme of this EHUB is Role of Electronics in Facing COVID-19 Pandemic Situation. COVID-19 is a disease caused by a new strain of coronavirus. CO stands for corona, VS stands for virus, and D for disease. Formerly, this disease was referred to as 2019 novel coronavirus or 2019 nCoV.
On 31st December 2019, World Health Organization informed of cases of pneumonia of unknown case in Wuhan City, China.
We present here the first case of COVID infection reported in Kerala, India on Jan 27, 2020. It changed the education system, business world, and total lifestyle of a common man.
During this pandemic situation, electronics are playing a major role in order to save the lives of people in this pandemic.
And we, the students of electronics department, are ready to share about the electronics and their uses in this present scenario.
Our world changes so much in 2020. The coronavirus has taught us many different things.
It feels like yesterday when we are at the office, shaking hands, talking freely, and roaming around.
And now we are locked down in our homes, keeping a safe distance from others and using hand sanitizers after every few minutes.
COVID-19 has spread across the world recently. Under this pandemic, in order to protect ourselves, it is essential to check body temperature frequently.
Now I invite CH Monica and CH Sonia to say about infrared forehead thermometer.
Respected Principal Sister, Madams and Sirs, and all my dear friends. My name is C.H. Maunika.
And I'm Soumya.
Thank you both of you for knowing us infrared forehead thermometer. Further awareness campaigns on sanitization are on their way. The governments are installing hand sanitizers at numerous public places.
To avoid contact, many people are opting for touchless automatic hand sanitizer dispenser.
And now I invite P. Saranya and K. Rekha Vaishnavi to explain about sensor sanitizer.
Good afternoon to all my respected sisters and staff and my lovely friends. I am Saranya and my friend Vaishnavi. We both like to share about sensor sanitizer. Automatic hand sanitizer dispenser. This is the picture of sensor sanitizer. History of automatic hand sanitizer dispenser. Gui Shunshui submitted the idea for the first automated dispenser. to be patented in 1989. The patent was named after its automatic cleaning liquid dispensing device, and it was issued in 1991. Importance of automatic hand sanitizer. An automatic hand sanitizer dispenser is a device dispensing a controlled amount of sanitizer. They help conserving the amount of sanitizer used and stem infections, diseases, transmissions. Automatic sanitizer dispenser disinfect all virus from your hand within few seconds.
Advantages. Touch free. By using the pump, we will leave behind a variety of bacterial colonies. Bacterial transmission will be eliminated once we stop using and pump. Preset increments. A specified amount to be dispensed can be set to a highly efficient quantity in which waste will be minimal. Flexibility. The wide range of possibilities widens the use of the dispenser to a various other locations other than the bathroom. The applications of automatic hand sanitizer dispenser. Public places. Public washrooms were permitted by automatic technology. Touch-free technology has become a formal part of modern washroom facilities. Hospital settings. The advantages of hygiene, such as that automatic sanitizer dispenser, can be considered as one of the more silent victorial of public health and continues to be an important disease prevention strategy, even in this modern era. Let's watch a short video on sensor sanitizer.
Normal hand sanitizer are good for health, but in public places, very large number of persons are used that. But automatic hand sanitizer will use in public places and hospitals, schools, colleges, etc. Automatic hand sanitizer is good for health and safe in any places. Thank you.
Thank you guys for making this session more informative. Pulse oximeter is a device used to measure the level of oxygen in the blood. Bhagya, can you say any two advantages of oximeter?
Sure, Nirmala. The advantage of oximeter are monitoring oxygen saturation over time, alerting to dangerously low oxygen levels, particularly newborns. Nirmala, doctors use oxygen saturation to stop for many reasons. Is it true?
Yeah, Bhagya, oxygen saturation can drop at suffocation and choking.
Now I invite Chief Anshul Sanghi and Chandrika Chetty to explain briefly about pulse oximetry.
Good morning, one and all, and respected sisters, faculty, and my dear friends. This is Monica Sai from First BSc Electronics.
This is Chandrika Jyoti, first BSc Electronics. We would like to share about pulse oximeter, which can play a key role in this pandemic.
Pulse oximeter is a small electronic device that estimates the saturation of oxygen in your blood. You want a number in 95% to 100% range. If the number drops to 92% to or lower, that's a cause of concern. This generally level where a doctor might put on supplementary oxygen, keep on the hospital for observation. This is the diagram of pulse oximeter.
Introduction. A pulse oximeter is a small, lightweight, portable device for measuring oxygen level in the body. Pulse oximeter can measure the oxygen level non-invisively, meaning that the procedure Does not require making any cut or incision for monitoring.
Measurement is taken by sending light waves through the fingertip. After measurement, the device outputs the oxygen level and pulse rate.
How does pulse oximeter work? The amount of light received by the detector indicates the amount of oxygen bound to the hemoglobin in the blood. Oxygenated hemoglobin absorbs more infrared light than the red light.
Deoxygenated hemoglobin absorbs more red light than infrared light. By comparing the amount of light and infrared light received, instruments can be calculated the SP2, SpO2 reading.
Pulse oximeter is also used to check the health of person with any condition that affects blood oxygen levels such as heart attack, heart failure, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, anemia,
And
lung cancer.
asthma and pneumonia. Advantages of pulmonary oximeter include that it is invalue, simple and can be used to evaluate the trends.
Thank you, Ananda.
Thank you, both of you.
And now my friends are ready to explain about humanoid robots. Bhagya, can you say any advantage of robots?
Yes, unlike humans, robots don't get bored.
But Bhagya, by robots there is not only advantage and disadvantage too.
Yes, Nirmala, the use of robots can create economic problems and if they replace human jobs.
Now I invite Renuka Devi and Manikumari to say about humanoid robots.
Good
Good
afternoon,
afternoon.
everyone. My name is Renuka Devi. My name is Manikumari. Respected sisters and lecturers, respected sisters and lecturers,
and my dear friends, we are here to tell about humanoid robots.
as the humanoid robots had played a major role in COVID pandemic time. Today, the robots are here to clean floors and sanitize sodium hydrochloride solution in spaces, and also robots has a ultraviolet disinfection as recommended by ICMR. In this way, the humanoid robots are replaced in place of doctors. Let us see more history about these humanoid robots. Here you can observe the evolution of robots. These robots are used for many purposes, but in this pandemic, these robots did a great job for human lives. The first humanoid robot was discovered by Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci was painter, draughtsman, engineer, scientist, theorist, sculptor, and architect. We all know about Mona Lisa painting. It has history and it is famous. This painting was painted by our inventor Leonardo da Vinci. And also you all can have a look of first humanoid robot of Leonardo model. The humanoid robot developed a lot in many countries, but these robots done a great job in pandemic situation. It has HD camera, so it can record activities and also connect to others with its 10-inch screen. A country leading in use of robotics to fight coronavirus is China. The UK and US are some of the countries that have also used robot for food delivery purpose. As you all excited to know about this robot, now my friend will give you more information about humanoid robots.
My name is Renuka. You can observe some robot pictures on the screen. I'm showing you different types of humanoid robots here. There are many types of humanoid robots. Curio, HRP, Asimo, Aibo, Paro, Papero. Aibo is a special robot as it can do all activities of a dog. Maybe pictures don't describe activities of robots. So we both decided to show you all a video of humanoid robots. The robot first analyzes the victim's details and asks him name and number for confirmation. Here the patient answering the robot's questions. And then it scans the temperature of the victim. It asks the patient about his health. Is he had any cough or cold? So the victim replies the robot, yes, he is feeling feverish. Then it connects to another robot. This robot is a modified robot. It connects to it connects the doctor to the patient. Let us see some features of a humanoid robot. It is a AL medical robot. This robot is used in hospitals, offices, malls, schools, and colleges. It had many features: multi-targeting, deep learning, auto-facing. It can spray sanitizer, etc. Here you can observe the robots are helping people in many ways. A robot can give medicines to the patients in time, a healthy food, and also they can connect their family and friends by its standing screen. Also, these robots are used for spraying disinfectant purpose too. This is an image of robot spraying disinfectant in roads of Chennai, India. Thank you for giving this precious opportunity.
Thank you, friends, to knowing us the use of robots in place of doctors in this pandemic situation.
Now I invite Miss Maunika and Miss Soumya to say about infrared forehead thermometer.
Respected Principal Sister, Madam Sansar, and my dear friends, my name is Sage Maunika and
Soumya.
you both are introducing about the role of electronic facing in COVID-19. Infrared forehead thermometer subtopic is the most common symptoms of COVID-19: fever, dry cough, headache, muscle or joint pain. Among those who develop symptoms, most about 80% recover from the disease without needing hospital treatment. About 50% become seriously ill and require oxygen, and 5% become critically ill and need intensive care. Stopping the spread of virus starts with you. Wear a mask, clean your hands, maintain safe distance, get vaccinated. COVID prevention awareness, important safety guidelines. Understand different way to keep yourself and your family protected from COVID-19. COVID prevention guidelines by government.
Digital thermometer. The digital thermometer has a patent taken out from it in 1973 by F. Muller, B. Martin, J. Chandra, R. Martin. Thermometers are used to tell the temperatures of environments or substances. The mercury glass temperature was one of the first thermometer invented. Today we have a varieties of thermometers to use. During the COVID-19 pandemic, this infrared thermometer is often used to measure a person's body temperature while visiting a place. This is also to implement health protocols. The digital thermometer used in many public places, in the house, in automobiles, in industries, in restaurants, in shopping malls, in hospitals.
Advantages of infrared thermometer. Remote measurement of temperature. Store the detected temperature directly. Measuring moving objects. Does not damage brain tissue. Has a practical form. Disadvantages of infrared forehead thermometer. The price tends to be expensive. Requires a high temperature range. Easily distracted when taking temperature. Susceptible to temperature mismeasures. Thank you for giving this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you, friends.
Now I invite P. Manjula and B. Sai Monica to explain about all-in-one UV sanitizer box.
Respected principal sister, madam, sir, and all my dear friends. My name is P. Manjula.
My name is Sai Monica.
Today, we are both to discuss the UV light sanitizer box. This is the picture of UV light sanitizer box. UV light sanitizer box works on a similar mechanism as the UV light sanitizer bar. Unlike the specific spots, it bars the product which has been put inside it with UV light within a few seconds. It is able to kill the germs. Numerous sanitizer boxes are available in the markets and its price is around 2000 to 4000. Many of them come along with ozone disinfectants.
US government continues likes to work with industry leaders. DEFINE stands for UV disinfection technology settings. Many hospitals already use UV light to disinfect against superbugs. UVC lights can kill up to 99% of harmful bacteria and virus.
Advantages of UV light sanitizer box. UV light disinfection method is dry method and hence it prevents growth of fungi very effectively.
Disadvantage of UV light sanitizer box. UV light sanitizer causes harmful effect to our eyes and skin. We have to show some video about UV light sanitizer box.
Thank you for giving this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you, friends, for making this session more interesting.
Now I invite Harichandana and Seraphim to say about drones and their uses in this COVID-19 pandemic.
Good afternoon, one and all. First of all, thank you for giving this wonderful opportunity to introduce ourselves. I'm Harchandana.
I'm Seraphim.
Now we want to talk about how drones are being used in COVID-19. Seraphim will explain history and evolution of drones.
Before we get into the history of drones, it might be useful to actually define what we are talking about. According to various dictionaries, a drone tends to be defined as, in technological terms, is an unmanned aircraft. Essentially, a drone is a flying robot that can be remotely controlled or fly autonomously through software controlled flight plans in their embedded system. It is working in conjunction with onboard sensors and GPS. This history of drones divided into their respective times. Abraham Karem is a pioneer in innovative fixed and rotary wing unmanned vehicles and is regarded as the foundation father of UAV technology. Early drones. In this period, people used balloon carriers in the times of national aviation, World War, and so. In the time of Second World War, people created remote controlled airplanes which are operated with remote. Post-war period drones are also known as military drones. During this period, people used it mainly in the military wars and first UAV was made in this period. And the present time, the drones are called modern UAVs. In these times, people improved miniaturization and also 50 countries used UAV in 2013. Now it's a part of COVID-19 fight. Now my friend Harichandana will explain who are fighting in COVID war.
COVID-19. It's a global pandemic. This caused more than 164,000 deaths and infected more than 2 million people worldwide. Today, the frontline warriors and heroes of the nations are doctors, medical staff, local police, and private security guards and refuse collectors. Technologies like artificial intelligence, big data, mapping, location technology, and autonomous missions are playing a growing role in responding to COVID-19 pandemic. However, in this war against this invisible enemy, drones play a key role by helping authorities and people in different ways to prevent further spread of coronavirus outbreak. Let's look at how drones are being used effectively to COVID-19. Angel comes forward to explain how drones play key role in COVID-19 situation.
These applications listed under battling the spread of the virus and also delivering essential goods and service. Deliver with drones. Drones are the safest and fastest way. The delivery approach can be classified into two perspectives, which includes test samples to labs, medicines, and personal protective equipment, kit, etc. Surveillance drones. Drones develop social distancing warning system using monocular camera and monitoring system. The system utilizes camera static that embedded with people detecting algorithm also to surveil the public spaces by going a better situational awareness. Using drones in addition to street surveillance, authorities are also using drones to broadcast messages and information about lockdown measures, especially and in rural area that lacks open communication channels for health information. Drones equipped with loudspeakers are used to make public announcements to keep people indoor, take necessary precautions, make social distancing, and wear a mask if stepping outside from home. This is broadcast. Disinfect spraying. These spraying drones are used in addition to reduce the risk of health and sanitization workers getting exposed to both the virus and the disinfectant. Thermal drones. Chinese authorities used drones equipped with the infrared cameras to measure the temperature of people who was locked down in their houses. A cotton swab within the field of view of the thermal camera, the camera can get an accurate reading. The calibrated drone's camera can then be used to measure body temperatures while the officer remains at a safe distance away. Test samples. The samples will be stored in special containers inside the drone. Staff members will collect the tests and get them to where they need to go. And they take the collected test to the laboratory and take results. Supply the medicines and other material who are needed.
We have a video and let us see how drones work in COVID war.
Broadcast. Spraying disinfectants. Essential deliveries.
Temperature monitoring.
Thank you, Abraham Karam sir, for giving us such electronic devices like drones. So in this way, drones helping us to fight with COVID-19 and give us hope for life. Thank you for paying attention over us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, friends, to knowing us the help of drones in COVID-19 pandemic situation. And now I request our respected HOD ma'am, Dr. Nirmala Josna ma'am, to give final response.
Dear department faculty, Dr. Srilata, Mr. Murthy Garu, and Ms. Srileka, and my dear young and dynamic students. I'm very glad that you have started the C-Hub full of energy. It was so energetic. So on this occasion, I first of all congratulate the department faculty, Mr. Murthy Garu and Ms. Srileka, for taking the initiative to motivate you to put up such a nice program. And I also should thank and congratulate, heartily congratulate the President of EHUB, Bhagyalakshmi, and the Secretary Nirmala for doing it in such a befitting manner. It was really very informative and you have been doing a very good job. All the very best for the future hub activities also. In the beginning, Ms. has explained the aims and objectives. The aims and objectives, especially for the C-Hub, are to improve your communication skills, to improve your knowledge levels, and to use it as a platform for knowledge and skills. This should be the best platform. Because of this pandemic, we are not able to meet offline, but I'm glad that you made it possible online. I also appreciate you for your technological skill. You have very nicely made the PPT, you have shared it, and now you know how to use technology to share the knowledge to your friends, though you are not physically present. So, really good initiative, and I congratulate all the participants. All the aspects are very, very good. All the topics that you have shared, you have explained it very clearly. Automatic sanitizing dispenser, the pulse oximeter by Saranya and Vaishnavi, pulse oximeter by Maunika and Chandrika, then humanoid robots by Renuka and Manikumari, IR thermometer by Ms. Maunika and Ms. Saumya, and then UV light sanitizer by Manjula and Sai Maunika, and the drones very nicely explained by Harichandana and Seraphin. Very nicely explained, very nicely collected the information and very good PPTs. And even the videos that you have played are very, very nice. And so what do you understand from this? See, we could combat COVID, and when the situation arises, the technology is playing a very important role in facing the situation, in balancing the situation, in handling the situation. So you could understand how important is technology, how important physics and electronics are involved in all these devices that you have just explained. Is it not, dear students? What do you think of it? Anybody can respond. Bhagyalakshmi and Nirmala. Is technology a very important tool? Yes.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
can understand that technology is playing a very important role in all the situations. Therefore, here for all these sensors, say for pulse oximeter or humanoid robots uses artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is nothing but it is full of sensors. And then drones and UV light sanitary, everything is physics and electronics. And sensors are playing a very important role in these times. And many viruses are coming, and therefore there is a lot of opportunity for electronics students. So you must try to improve the knowledge and learn the fundamentals of your subjects. So very good initiative and very good starting of the eHub. So hearty congratulations, dear students. And I hope that you'll be taking up many more activities to improve your knowledge and to share it's a very good platform to share your knowledge to your friends. And those who did not participate, you try to participate in the next meetings. So once again, I congratulate each and everyone associated with this eHub, especially the president and the secretary and the madam and sir behind the screen. They were motivating you and they were doing all this. Ms. Srilekha and Mr. Murthy Garu for taking up this program and doing it in a more smooth way. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable response, ma'am. Vote of thanks. First of all, I extend my sincere thanks to the Almighty God for making the today's event a resounding success, and also I thank our HOD ma'am and Dr. K. Srilata ma'am and all the faculty members of department for your gracious presence and support. Last but not least, I would like to thank our friends for your active participation. Thank you, one and all. And special thanks to Murthy sir, the Department of Electronics, and K. Srilekha ma'am, Department of Electronics. Thank you, ma'am, for motivate us. Thank you, sir, for motivate us.
Thank you, students.
Thank you and all the best for your future endeavor.
Thank you, sir.